hands on the ground. Whispers of the cold wind, they sing stories of grief. Red eyes stare from the top of the abyss. Black wings of silence, they tell stories never seen before. Fly high, dark crow, take the pain from this place. In your feathers all the weight of endless secrets. Eternal cry of the dead, echoes of despair. Sharp beat brings with it the harbinger of doom. Fly high, dark crow, take the pain from this place. In your feathers all the weight of endless secrets. There is no light in this corner, only the crow on the balcony. What does it reveal to those who see it? The truth is that no one believes. Fly high, dark crow, take the pain from this place. In your feathers all the weight of endless secrets. There is no light in this corner, only the crow on the balcony. What does it reveal to those who see it? The truth is that no one believes. There's no light in this corner, only the crow on the balcony. What is the difference to those who see it? The truth is that no one believes.
All our times have come. Here, but now they're gone. Seasons don't fear the reaper, nor do the wind or the sun or the rain. We can be like they are. Come on, baby, don't fear the reaper. Baby, take my hand. Don't fear the reaper. You'll be able to fly. Valentine is done here, but now they're gone. Romeo and Juliet are together in eternity. Romeo and Juliet, and women every day. And Juliet, and women every day, like they are. Come on, baby, don't fear the reaper. Baby, take my hand. Don't fear the reaper. You'll be able to fly. Don't fear the reaper. Baby, I'm your man. La 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 la. La 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 la. but now they're gone. Came the last night of sadness, and it was clear that she couldn't go on. And the door was open and the wind appeared. The candles blew then disappeared. The curtains flew then he appeared. Don't be afraid, come on baby. She had no fear. She danced to him and they started to fly. They looked backwards and said goodbye. She had become like they are. She had taken his hand. She had become like they are. Come on baby, don't fear the reaper. We'll be able to fly. La 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 la. La 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 la.
Good evening, my beautiful crime family. How is everyone tonight? And what an awesome night this is going to be with Miss Bubbly Waters. Yes, I'm excited. I'm always excited when she's here. Yes, she brings a lot to the show. And she brings a lot to her channel. And she brings a lot to this crime community. Yes, she does. I was going to go back there, but there was over 200 and some comments, and I was looking for someone. There was over 200 in just a couple minutes. Oh, man, yeah. It's going to be a wild night. And, yeah, it's going to be a great show. I got some good stuff lined up that we're going to be going over, and some questions I wanted to ask Bubbly. We're going to be looking at some of her stuff, some of my stuff, some other people's stuff. So, yeah, it's going to be a busy night. So she's out there in the crowd, I do believe. So I will be sending her a invite here in a minute after I say hello to my beautiful crime family. Thomas, my brother, good to see you. Randy, my brother, good to see you. Joe P, good to see you. Crime Spy, good to see you. It's going pretty fast. Sam Morris, good to see you. Miss Johnny Knapp, good to see you. Grant Clarkson, good to see you. Good to see you. Jane Kendall, my girl, good to see you. Terry Martin, my girl, good to see you. Bev Marks, good to see you. Donna Salamander, good to see you. Debbie Gazzardo, my girl, good to see you. Cryptic Conversions, good to see you. Joey, my brother, good to see you. Snow Leopard, good to see you. Okay, now I can go up. That was just keeping up. Ro, good to see you, girl. And Natural Healing, my girl, good to see you. Jackie Busherable, good to see you. Patricia Jean, good to see you. Doc Terry, my girl, good to see you. Love Tina, my girl, good to see you. Deborah Akron, my girl, good to see you. Joe P, good to see you. Okay, I can't do it. I can't do it. One of many, good to see you. Yeah. So anyway, yes, it's going to be a very good, very, very, very good. And before I even bring up Bubbly, I want to just show this real quick. We're going to be going over it. So, Bubbly, take a peek at this. Where the hell is it? Here we go. Who Fork and I put this. He's the one, or she, whatever. It's the first one to put that out. And yeah, let's get Bubbly up here. Whoops, I gotta stop this here for a second. Okay, back to chat and back. Holy man, chat is going really fast. If one of the mods if you need to slow it down, you can do that. Leah, if you have to, not if you have to slow it down, go ahead. Let's see, is this the right? Let me look. Yeah. Okay. Bubbly, here's the link. Grab it fast before it goes too fast. Yeah, there was about 8 of them running down the rabbit hole to hell. Yeah. Oh, were you on Nikki's? Did someone say you were on Nikki's? I seen in the chat or something. That's cool. I've been trying to get her on here. I want to get Nikki on here. Nika's Neuro Nuggets. That's who I want. I want to get her on here. Okay, so we'll do the Bubbly Water and bring up Miss Bubbly Waters. How you doing, girl?
Pretty good. How are you?
I'm all right. Well, that must have been a kind of rush at your place, huh?
Oh my God. Well, get
15
this. So the
minutes to spare.
Well, yeah. Well, the internet's been out for 2 days, so we haven't had Wi-Fi or
Oh.
nothing like that over here. So it literally
wow.
it just came on 15 minutes before I talked to you. I was like, oh my God.
Oh wow.
Does it sound
Yeah,
okay? Am I echoing anything?
No, you're sounds fine to me. Yeah.
All right, cool. Right.
And best to me, Shelly, my girl. Good to see you. I have to say that. I have to say hi to Shelly.
Hey everybody. Oh, that's cool. The chat's just going crazy. I love it. It's so much fun.
It is. I couldn't keep up at all. I mean, I actually stepped away for like a minute and I came back and there was over 200.
Oh my God.
Over 200 messages. Right.
What? Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, crazy. I love all you guys too.
You're right. Yeah, a lot of chatters out there. Yep. chatting pretty fast too. So yeah, you seen what I just posted there. You remember me posting that a way long time ago, right?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna look at it again because some people, that's been a while ago. So some people might not have seen that.
Hmm.
Um, and I want to slow it down. And the only way I can do that is by sharing it from Euphoric here, because they're the ones that brought this to light. And let's take a peek here. I'm going to slow it down. I think I already did it on this. Yeah. Take a peek and look at who it is. Look at their what they're wearing, what their hairstyles are, and figure out who it is. Because you can.
Yeah, I think I already got a couple of them.
Right there. What do we got? We have a black and white hoodie. Pretty easy to see. Oh, that looks like an eyeball there. What the hell? Oh, that's weird. You see that?
I slowed it down even more, and I swear to God, that Enon's in there with his little cape thing on.
Oh God, so they're overlaying on this too, huh?
Yeah,
Great.
yep, it's everywhere.
Man. Yeah, someone's trying to ruin this stuff. But look at the light when they're going through there, because you can see the hairstyles and if they have a hat on or not. And then right here, because there's 4 of them going by in the front, and then there's 4 of them going by in the back. So there's 8 of them.
Well, and I think I know the people you're talking about, and you know who they are, right? To the whole
there's
thing.
there's the girl with the bun right here. You see the bun? See
Yeah.
the head shape here? Look at the back of that head. There's a bun.
Yeah.
That's a bun, folks. And there's that black and white. Now, what's this guy? That looked like someone, a guy with one of those hats on. That one had long hair, and she just went running by so fast. Why is this not? Why'd they change the looks of this playback speed?
I know it's confusing, isn't it? I'm just like, what?
It is, yeah.
It was much better the other way, much better.
You're right. Let's do this again here. There, yeah, this is slower.
You guys might hear like I have the heater on.
So I'm going to blow this up. Look at that. Look at that. See, the arm is black. You see that?
Yeah.
Look at it one more time here. Here they go. There's the 4 of them. Did you see that one bending down like she didn't want to go through the light?
Right. So when I slowed it down, I waited and saw the very back end of it, and there's people ushering them through. There's still other people on the backside after them, like over to the hour left. Yeah, there's like 4 people in black.
Yeah, there's 8. Yeah, there's 8 of them all together. Right.
Yeah. That's what I saw when I saw them.
At least 8. I counted.
Well,
8.
there's more than that because there's more in the front behind the car.
There's 4 in the front, 4 in the back. Yeah. Right. Yeah. 8 to 10, I would think, or 8 to 12, maybe. But there's definitely 8. I mean, we can count 8. Right. Sure. Like boom, 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 boom,
Yeah.
Right. And so, and we know who that is, and everybody knows who that is, and it's those 4. And I got that lined up here too. Let me what am I looking for again? The 4, but I want to look at it. Do you got it on that one? Let me see. I had it on one of these.
Yes, I'm still in the car, Leslie. That's why you hear the heater going. It's snowing
right.
too. Oh yeah.
Yep. We got quite a bit of snow here too. Let me see if this is. If I show it on this. Okay, so This isn't the best picture here, but everybody will get the idea. And I know you know who these people are. At least I know you know a couple of them. And it's these four right here, folks. Look at what we got here. This girl has a bun. You see that little bun? That's what you seen in the moon or whatever that light is. Then you have the black and white hoodie. Then you have a girl in a cowboy hat. Who is this girl?
I think she's she's a sidekick to Meeks and Ferris's little website thing he's got. Meeks and Max and Meeks or something like that. Meeks and Max. Anyway, they go around the university and they have like a spatula. It's got like a little ball on top of it where they think it's like a microphone, and they say talk to the students running around there. So that's the other sidekick, and I believe that's who that is. I can't be positive, but it sure does look like it. And she wears that same hat too. Okay.
How about the one with the bun? The one that was following up the back?
That's Madeline. That's the one where Xana's TikTok, the last TikTok, the Queen. That was her TikTok that went on.
The last one, the what?
The TikTok Xana posted said Queen.
Oh, clean?
No, Queen, like in King and Queen.
Oh, Queen. Oh, yeah, that's right. Right.
Yeah,
and
that's her TikTok.
So it came from her?
No, well, it's her TikTok that Xana's comment was linked to. So she wrote Queen. Yeah, that or something or whatever. Yeah. Okay. Now.
Well, and that's kind of a weird thing to put on there too. Is what is Xana trying to say? You know what I mean?
I don't think it was Xana.
Well, even if it was, that could be meaning two different ways. It could mean queen as you're the queen, man. You're the queen, or it could mean you act like a fucking queen. You know what I mean?
But they all kind of say that in there. That's one of the things they like to say. But it's almost like now that I've been reading them and looking at them and going through them and seeing them a little bit more, that it seems like they do it at certain times. So maybe when someone does something that it works out or they're special in that moment or whatever, that's when they're called queen. So that's what I find really weird.
Right. Huh. Who's this video? This is oh, this is Casper West, or no, this is mine. This is my video, Nat. I'm watching myself here.
Been there.
Well, I knew I could find the four. You know what I mean? I wanted to find these four, and so now, if you look at it now, watch it again. I'm going to just do it the regular way here so everybody can see this. Look at those four people.
Everyone thinks it might be Oakley.
Oakley?
Yeah, Maddie's bestie or something. Oh, Maddie, the one the TikTok one? Or Maddie and Kaylee bestie?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't know, but I do know. Okay. I do know who she's talking about. It does kind of look like her a little bit.
Right. Okay, everybody. I want you to look at those four. Okay, and now watch. So where's it going from? Oh, there it is. Okay. All right.
Was I muted that whole time?
I just heard you now. Yeah.
So I was muted just a little while ago.
Well,
I was jabbering away.
probably. I do it all the time. I see Nika do it one day, and I just had to laugh, man, because it's like, oh, goody, it's not just me that does that shit. You know what I mean? She went on for like 15 minutes or something stupid. Or maybe 10.
It was pretty funny, actually.
It was funny.
Imagine repeating all that.
Right. I'd really like to get her on here sometime too.
So, did you hear what I was saying? That who that was? Did you hear when I was saying who that was? That part?
No. Tell me, and then I'll let you know.
Oh, that it was the college kids, Ferris and his sidekick, right? Did you hear that part?
Yeah.
Okay, and then after that, Deborah said that she thinks that's Oakley, Maddie's friend, and it kind of looks like her a little bit, but it's not quite the other one either with Jake, so it's weird. It's kind of a cross between the two of them, but they altered those things too, because the tall guy, I swear to God, that is that's Loveland. That's the older, it's middle
guy
kid.
in the black and white. The guy,
yeah, he's a football player for. Yeah, he's a football player for like Wisconsin now, or that's where I found Adam the first time. That's how I found out where Adam was located. He was with those guys over there. And
where's he located now?
I have no idea where he's located now. I've been looking to him for a while, but that's where I found him to begin with. So, and that right there is the brother of the boyfriend of the girl that sent the Venmo for $330.
Oh, wait a minute. So, only Bubbly can do this shit, guys.
So funny. So
say that again.
Okay, so the Venmo that was sent at $330 between Molly and Liz.
Right.
Liz is dating that guy. I believe it's the same guy, the guy in the grub truck.
Okay.
Liz is dating his brother, his oldest brother.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Yeah.
All right.
And all three of the boys were there that night. And in fact, the youngest one was there too.
I was just going to ask you if she's going with him, the brother. Was the brother there too then?
He was also there.
More than likely.
Yeah, he was there. He was also there. He walked up with another girl though.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Webs we
he was definitely there. He was wearing a jacket kind of like his was actually probably a Pendleton or one of those ones that what are the Pendleton or the Woolrich type jackets that have the kind of Indian type looking design. They're really heavy wool ones. Yeah, he was wearing that. Yeah. His brother, that's the one that Liz is dating. He was wearing that jacket. And he ordered something. He was kind of rude.
Huh. Okay, that's interesting. Now how do we tie these people in, Bubbly? How do we tie these people into what they did? You know, what did those people do? Were they just watchers or did they just witness it? Were they part of it? Were they, what is your opinions on that stuff? I know this is all speculation, folks. So
yeah, for sure. At this point, there's so many avenues out there that this could go down. I mean, I still am deep belief that the frats had something to do with it. Maybe not necessarily the full taking their lives. Maybe not. Here's what my latest thing is. I'm thinking is that maybe that fight was to break them, to tire them out and just whoop their butts for the next. Because there was different people that came in at different sections, right? Like intervals of people, right? It seemed like, and so so it seemed like the last one was the one to do the dirty, the ending of, and maybe the other one was just to get them so tired that they couldn't fight back at that point. So
that could be anybody from JS to JD to anybody.
I don't think, for some reason, I do not think JS had anything to do with it that way. For some reason, I don't feel that way. I've never felt that way. I'm not sure why, but I just haven't. Yeah. Okay. I do believe he was there. I still believe he was there. I just don't think he did that part of it.
If it was done, here's my feelings on that. if it was done in the street, like I do believe it was, then at least for Xana and Ethan, then I don't think he was a part of Xana and Ethan. If it was done in the house, I think he was.
Well,
I think
that what they did was that they, like how you've got the animal in the middle of the circle, and all the wolves are trying to get to, or the hyenas are trying to get to this little animal, and they're running around it, and they're biting at it and grabbing at it and clawing at it. That's how I feel what happened there, that everybody had to take a jab at it.
Everybody.
And that's why there were so many wounds. And so many weird wounds,
And the reason, one of the reasons they would do that, it isn't just because they wanted to, but because they're being forced to, because then they're part of it. Then they're a part of it. And then that causes the no talk thing.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's not the first time. Like I read a thing on a hazing the other day, one of the really awful ones out of Belgium, and theirs was an 8-hour delay too. Wow. It was really kind of interesting.
Really?
Oh, and this poor guy. Oh my God, the things they did to this kid. It was actually 3 different guys, and I think he might have been the only colored guy in there. He's like a black guy, kind of a lighter skinned, I think. Anyway, he was brilliant apparently, but the other 2 guys ended up going to the hospital too, but the other one didn't make it. They basically passed from sodium poisoning because they had them. The things they found in there, because they pumped their stomach to find out what they had in there, and he had no water. Period. Sodium and some other nearly nasty stuff. I'm not even going to tell you, but because it's really, really gross. Yeah, they got it for animal cruelty as well. These kids. So.
Right. Huh.
Yeah, the people that believe that they don't haze. The people that believe they don't haze out there blows my mind, because we see it all the time. We hear it all the time, and people are still denying the fact that the hazing doesn't happen. And you know what? And they can look at how they've gotten away with it. The football fights, all that stuff. They can slap on the wrist and it's done.
For a century.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah.
This shit.
Yeah.
Right. And I believe that Huda here says hoodie guy had motives and targets. He is a skilled hunter and a wrestler. Yeah, see, that kind of stuff is what makes me think he was really, and then the way he acted at the grub chuck. That's why I think that he's highly suspect at least. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I get how people can see that. It's just my gut feeling, and I do not know why.
Right.
It's just the way I feel.
Right.
Yeah. So that's all I'm going for there, because I think he's very capable of it. But that's just that part in me. For some reason, with my gut, I just can't swallow that part.
Right. Well, most of the motive goes to the other one, the heart. And the motive lies more there than with JS. But geez, he was acting really fucked up. You know what I mean?
What?
And why JS was acting so fucked up.
Yeah. Well, I think most of his. I think he was really nervous. Well, and
that might be, and that could be too, because he knew what was going to happen. That could be that he was.
And because he was an outsider at that point, they kicked him out of the frat. These other things happened, so he was literally not one of the guys. And so this was something he had to prove himself, and that's why I think he bowed out of it quick. Because I heard that he just took off after that.
Ouch.
And
yeah, he did.
He was like, no way, I'm not going through this. Right. He was probably thankful that he didn't have to go home with them. That he lost him.
Well, yeah, it makes you wonder, and then it makes me wonder: did the police actually talk to him in person, because he was gone 5 hours away? Did they actually see him and look at his hands? Was it a week before they got to? You know what I mean? Was it a week before they even got to see him?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And interview him.
Well, they didn't even look for surveillance till a week and a half out, or like a week and a half, I think it was. And the whole thing is that they weren't, in my opinion, they already knew what was going on there. I think they got there much earlier than the noon o'clock hour, and I think that they had things cleaned up and taken care of, and that was all just a facade with the pictures and everything. I think it was all put on, because the earlier pictures you see from there, there's cars everywhere, just like that video we just saw, right? So with that video, just think about this. Why did Murphy have to go to an animal shelter if Jack was already there? Why would they take him to an animal shelter? That dog was traumatized.
I've heard two different stories. I heard that they gave him to Jack at the house. And then I heard that he went to a shelter. I can see him going to a shelter, like a police, so they can look at him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So they can actually go in and look at him.
Well, here's the other. You forgot about the other
that's
one.
Fucked up
there's other ones. You got to remember the other two different things. The police reports tell a different story, and Anne also said that he was found in the house the next day, just sitting there. Okay, so how did he get in? Did he swagger up to the cop car and tap on it and say, hey, dude, can you do the code for me? Or did he know the code? Maybe Murphy knew the code. That doesn't happen. That makes no sense at all, right? I mean, that's just dumb.
Right.
But I think Anne was saying that because for a reason.
Right. And then we were told this whole time for 2 frickin' years that the door was shut.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, that
it
too.
Wasn't. Yeah.
Yep. Well,
it wasn't.
And
it
now
was
they're
wide
all
open. And
all of
they're
them are
all open. Then why didn't Murphy have blood all over him?
Yeah, I think he was bathed and brought back.
He had to have been. But even brought back, then he had to have been brought back real close to the time they called 911. So he wouldn't go into the room.
I think so too. And I think that's why you see him all, jumping around. See, when I first saw that video, he looked like he was in a car to me. That's where I saw him. I didn't see him up close with the people. Now that I've seen him up there in the laps of whoever in the pink, they say that's Hunter Chapin, and I think that's Hunter Johnson. Yeah. Because I've never seen Chapin wear pink, but I have seen Hunter Johnson wear pink.
I thought that was Hunter Johnson too, and they're not the first ones. They were that one gal from TikTok there. She was all, if you use this, blah blah blah. Well, I actually have seen that picture before. And I always thought it was Hunter Johnson.
Yeah, I think so too.
The pink makes me think more Hunter Chapin, but.
No. Hunter Johnson has a pink hoodie like that. I've seen him wear it.
Does he? He does?
Yeah, but
okay. I was wondering about that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So that so everybody, I said Hunter Chapin on that video, and I think I agree with the Bubbly on that. That's Hunter Johnson. Yeah. And why would Hunter Chapin be just sitting there? He'd probably be at his mother's and dad and mom's.
Yeah, you think at that time, there'd be something going on that way.
Right. Yeah. Okay, so let's I got a lot to look at. So I wanted to go over that though and find out who do you think is this other let me show you here. The other gray hoodie guy.
Show me.
So we have this guy we already know is already there. We know that. We know this girl's there, and we know Miss Bunn is there. This guy.
Oh, the other guy is her boyfriend, is Maddie's boyfriend.
Are you serious? This is
that's
Maddie's?
Wait a second,
boyfriend?
Hold on. No, not that Maddie. You got that Madeline with the white sweatshirt. That's her name, Madeline. They call her Maddie as well. I know they're right. Yeah, they're everywhere. I'll call her Madeline from here on out. But the other guy, actually, that guy, I'm not sure who that one is, but I know that the one beside her is her boyfriend with the darker, not the one with the stripes, but the dark one with the yellow writing, I think it has on it. That is Madeline's boyfriend. And you can tell by that because that one TikTok she did where he's talking he gets that phone call from, now this is really interesting. The phone call that someone goes on and he talks about this person from Texas calling him that there was a package delivered. Did you remember that TikTok?
Keep going.
Okay, so it was a package delivered and it had, what in it? Rugs, and the guy starts talking about, but it's from Texas. So it seems very weird, this package. Now think about this. How about the package that was delivered that day that they found, in the parking lot, the papers and stuff? That they put a tag and bag on those things. that one, I believe, looks like a package to me. And so it almost just makes me feel like,
Looks like a package to you.
Yeah, there was a couple different. There were there's one that looked like a map, and one that looked like just a piece of crumpled up paper, basically. But the other one, the brown paper one, looked like it could have been brown paper wrapped package type thing, or the paper from a package.
Oh,
because it had an address and stuff on it.
Right.
Oh, and trust me, I'm diving on that baby. So trust me on that one.
Okay. Right. Yeah. Where else was I going with this? Did I want to close this down? No. Am I done with this?
Well, I'll tell you, that was about that's when Emma walked. That's when Emma and her beau walked in, and they were all watching them. If you just give that a good look and just look over it and go back and then look at it, look at one person, watch one person and how they move, what they're doing, then go back and watch it again and watch the next person, and then the next, and you see it's incredible how their eyes are just. I mean, they're all looking at the same thing. They're all watching the same thing going down.
Yeah. And here's what I wanted to talk about a little bit too, is when they said Zana. Now that was at about 157 or something like that. So here you have everybody. You got when you do an investigation, you got to try to think of the timing of everything. And in this case, there's a lot to time out on this. So you're talking 157. That's the time the girls are getting home.
Oh yeah, I'm making
Number
a triple.
one.
I'm making a
That's
video.
Yep, and then it's the time. What else? It's a few different things. It's a time. Where was I going here? Tell me some more. There's more at 157 in that area. Oh, 2 o'clock hour. The 2 o'clock hour.
Yep.
The 2 o'clock hour, and here we got at 157, Zana. And we're going to look at that. That's what I want to look at, is your video. Let me see here. I got it up here. Where is it? Right here. So I'm not sure.
Oh, that way you'll get to see the other Loveland boy too. He's one of the kids that's jumping.
Okay.
Terry, I mean, I almost think that it's a video that they did in order for all of them to have to watch it, in order for them to all be in the same boat, filed type thing is what I feel at this point. I mean, it could be for sure, but I'm not positive.
And this, you got some good views on this. 13,000 views. That was a good video.
Oh my God! Really? I haven't looked at it. Oh wow!
This right here, round one. That just blows me away. Now, what is the timing of this on your video?
Okay, so I'm not. So
it's got to be after this, or was this the picture that you were showing?
You'll see it where there's where I put a icon of a goat in there, or a sheep actually, because that's the first time I've ever heard a sheep in there. I've never heard that sound before, and so I didn't put that in there. I didn't put the sound in. I just put the icon in there, so it would actually you'd be able to see. It's after that.
Well, you can hear a sheep at Linda Lane too.
Yeah, well, I've never heard it before. This is the first time I've ever heard that.
Right.
And so that wasn't me. I didn't put that sound in.
So we'll go from about here, like 5 minutes or so.
Yeah, so right after she's looking at Molly's shoes, like she's really looking at her shoes right then. So it's after that. So just keep going further.
So who is this again now? Who is this again now?
That's Molly. That's Molly.
Molly.
Yeah,
Gray,
she's the one that showed Joe Vito her phone they all pulled it out at the same time actually.
Right. Okay. Let's take listen. Oh, I gotta get this is this is Bubbly when she's drunk. This is drunk Bubbly.
No, I'm probably more on the faster side.
This
Okay. What's
Yeah.
now more
there?
significant than
There's
ever.
there we go.
And I can't wait to hear if he hears anything else in these things because I'll be looking for it because he's new
Funny.
ears, you guys. He's a new sub, and new subs, and this is what's so great about
Yeah.
this is why you welcome everybody. It's just, I mean, plus you want to welcome everybody because I like people, I love people. So, but the ears, like the hearing these things, like we have it embedded in our brains now. I mean, it's one of those things where it gets in there. And like once you hear it or once you see it, especially if it's like something that it's just like so foreign, I was going to say alien and foreign together. I was going to, I don't know what I was going to say, but it was going to be those two words put together. Obviously, I couldn't make it work in my mouth because it didn't come out.
Bubbly.
My tongue all over.
You crack me up when I'm watching you, man. I'm fucking just sit there and laugh.
Right to there. And yeah, this is disturbing. Okay, I'm gonna scroll forward. Forward we go. Where it stops, well, we know. They're all busy doing the thing, getting there. Speculation.
Almost.
Oh, where am I at?
Okay, you guys.
It's not gonna let me go. Okay, there we go.
She went up to look at the counter for.
Right out
You're
here.
getting there.
Oh, here we go.
They're 6 to 7 ounces. 3 is going to be over a pound of it.
I'll just do 2 then.
Okay.
Sorry.
Oh, no, not at all. Yeah, the range.
Oh, it's coming up now, right?
Yeah. Now watch Grace. Watch her look at Molly's shoes. Or did we miss it? Never mind. Don't worry about them. Just keep going.
Okay. All right. So everybody, I want you to listen to this because round 1 is coming.
Range of tacos is fast.
Okay, so I want you guys to notice too that these two Latino girls right here, they are the first ones to pull up their phone. They do it in the very beginning. In fact, I scrolled past that a little far, but you'll be able to see it because the video will be linked here, so you'll be able to see it. But
And look at the time. Look at the time down here. 1:57:09.
Yep.
93.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Grumpy.
Yeah.
So the girls are just getting home.
2:30 when we leave and there's something, we give it to people. But
Grumpy or happy?
one big burrito. Yes, sir. Would you like chicken or pork? No. Got it. Grumpy or happy? 9.50.
Polar opposites, no between them.
That was interesting how Grace was just looking down at Molly's shoes, which is kind of funny. But look at Molly right there. I mean, it doesn't even. It's so weird how sometimes it doesn't even look like the same person. But you're gonna see, like, I just stopped at where the girls in like Latino looking girls over here. They were just holding onto phones and they're starting to pull their phones out. And this is where the other group on the other side behind where they're ordering at the counter, they start getting animated and calling Xana. So that's about the time that Molly goes over and shows Joe the phone, and
The 2 o'clock hour, people.
and it's alleged that that's when the fight with Xana and Ethan was. So I'm not really. This is all speculation. I mean, we don't really know anything. So it's just what we hear amongst all this kind of stuff that's going on. And
We know everything
together.
Yeah, right.
Thank you. Thank you.
I got one chicken taco right here for you.
And then you'll order 94.
No, that's too damn bad.
Thank you.
Round 1.
Love it.
Did you hear that, everybody? Listen to it again. If you didn't, keep listening.
That's too damn bad.
Thank you.
Round 1.
How come I never heard that sheep baying before anywhere in any of my stuff, any other video until this one right then, and it's loud.
Right. Yeah. Someone probably brought this stuff out a little better with some.
No, this was my own
audio
video. This is my. This
Oh,
was a
is it?
video that
Oh.
that a sub commented on. He's the one demand in the house or that. Yeah.
Right.
He
I
commented
thought
on
I've
it.
heard the sheep before, but I never paid much attention to it because I heard sheep at Linda Lane too.
Yeah, yeah. I just had never heard this. It was when I heard it, I was like, "What the hell? What's that? Where is that coming from?"
Right, right. So I'm going to slow this down a bit. I just went once, right here. Okay, there we go.
No, that's dream bag.
Round one. I mean, it's plain as day, and then yeah, people start pulling their phones out.
All right, that's the line again.
Now he's looking down at his phone. He's looking down at his phone. Zana, I already heard it. Zana, yep.
Yeah, I know. I got one
Yeah, I
kiss
don't
on
think it is really.
what's that partial with that?
A different nose. That I don't think that's Zana either. A lot of
No,
people do.
that's
I don't-
Grace. I know for sure that's Grace. But everybody was trying to get everybody to believe that was Xana, and it's not. They were taken much earlier than
Right.
but they were taken around. Yeah, I know when
Yeah.
I know when they were taken. They were down there. Ethan and Xana were down there, but they were taken earlier.
Right, way earlier. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Here's do we have any video after 7:00 a.m.?
No, not that I found.
I'd like to know what time, if that truck took off again. The one where that gal is getting out and she looks like she's got Murphy and she's going towards 11:22. It's like, what was it, 6:36 a.m. or something like that? You ran the video, remember?
Yeah. That stops there. That's the last video that I've seen on there.
Right. And we never
Yeah.
see the truck take off again, right?
No, you don't. But you do see the other car. Does the other car, like either the 300, I think it's a 300, or the Charger, pull in
Right.
after
Yeah.
her. Yeah, and that's
Right.
kind of interesting as well.
Yeah. Man, what I do to find out from 7 to noon.
Well, and
You know
there's
what I'm
other ones.
saying?
Well, yeah, and there's other ones that they have left out from the 1320. Important ones, like really important ones, like for instance the one with
Right.
where you hear Xana and Ethan in the 1330 Linda Lane. Sorry, you guys, if I'm
Right.
not getting to chat. I've actually got a migraine pretty bad right now, so I'm trying to just keep up with everything. So I'm kind of
Right.
watching, but if I could pop my voice
I
in
hate
there,
migraines.
yeah, man, they suck, and I haven't had them for a
Yeah,
while.
they
And this
suck.
one, yeah.
Yeah. Do you get the aura? Do you get the aura and all that?
Sometimes I
Like,
do. This one was more of a
jagged light.
yeah. They're different. All of them are kind of different. They all have their own little thing that they attack me with, but thank God this one isn't as bad as a normal one. So otherwise I probably wouldn't be talking. I'd be like, "Go."
Right. Be out or something, right?
Oh yeah. Well, I
But
slept
yeah,
all
this
day,
is
so.
interesting stuff. This is really interesting stuff, and it ties in everyone. It ties in the timing.
Well, yeah. Well, if you keep watching this a little bit, so here you're going to see there's a younger kid, he's wearing like all black, and there's an older lady next to him, and I believe that is the younger brother of one of the Lovelands. I think that's the youngest one, and then the guy that yelled round one, he's jumping up and down, saying something like, I can't make out exactly what he's saying, but he's definitely animated as AF, man. He is jumping up and down.
Right.
And he's loud. He's very, very loud. So
there was definitely something going on. I mean, and the timing of it. Now that fits my timeline of what happened to Zana and Ethan to a T.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I didn't know if Zana was first or second, and I always kind of leaned towards second. But now I know she was first.
Well, here, this is with me. With me, I feel like they just got a serious beat down at that point, because when it comes to the 4 o'clock hour, the things that, well, True Killer Crime, I'm telling you what, I can't tell you what that girl's been doing. Amazing.
Yeah,
how
she
she's
does
break-
amazing work up there.
Oh
Yeah,
my
she
God,
does.
how she's breaking those voices up and stuff. I mean, it is scary. And some of those voices you
Right.
hear already in the regular ones, but when you split them and you can hear now the background noises are the ones you would hear in the front. And it is, oh my God. I mean, it's like, I can't even hardly fathom it myself.
Right.
I don't even really know what to think at this point. But it's very scary. And the things that you see, because those are the things I saw in the beginning. You and I, all of us did. Well,
Mom,
not all of us, but a
yeah,
lot of us.
yeah. I ran
Yeah,
the
movement
reflection
over there in the
series,
park.
and I seen
Yeah.
almost all that stuff. And
Yeah, but you can't
but
really make it
she
out.
brings it out. She brings it out the best of anybody. You know.
Yeah. Well, and she's
only
only
thing
getting better too. Trust me, she's only getting better.
Well, I'm sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, her last
The only
things are
thing
just
that made me
ridiculous.
just there were so many overlays that it drove me crazy, and
Well, see what she's
it made it
here's what she's
harder to
doing.
find out what was real and what wasn't real. You know what I'm saying?
She's got the AI scrubbing them out. She's got an AI program that's scrubbing out those over. Oh man, and you see it in real time. You watch her scrub it out in real time. It is freaky.
Oh wow! I haven't been there for a couple of weeks. Maybe
this is a new one, and but you got to catch them quick.
Actually, it's probably been. I bet it's been a month because I had surgery. The last month I've been pretty fucked up.
Yeah, well, she does. She does them a lot. She does a live with them, and then she'll take them right down. She doesn't leave them up. So you got to catch her live.
Right. Oh, okay. Yeah, I probably.
She's got a few that are up, but not like the last couple ones she did last night and the night before.
She should actually download them and then leave them up.
Well, she probably has them up and saved them somewhere, but when it's real time like that, and people want to watch and see, kind of go watch how it works, she's got to go back and review it, because there's things in there that you're not supposed to see, that you cannot put on the internet like this. Trust me.
Yeah. Right.
So just forewarning you guys, the kitty cat's very animated tonight. She's very antsy. she's
kitty cat.
She's been a maniac. So if you hear a bunch of me screaming or things whizzing by my head, that's what it is. It's a flying cat.
Is your pussy antsy tonight, Bubbly?
Yeah. Right.
I had to. I'm sorry. I had to.
It's all good. I know what you mean. I'm good. I'm not. I'm not one of those people.
Treated you like one of the guys there.
Yeah, one of the dudes. Yeah, right. Yeah.
So Dana Puffin stuff says Tommy Jude, play it longer. You can hear them yelling, Ethan.
Yeah, you can. But something about his leg.
Okay. I
remember that one the first time. Something about.
Well, yeah, they fucked up his legs.
Yeah, you can hear it and hear him shouting that about his leg in here.
This early, huh? Okay.
No, there's no noodles over there. Okay.
Wow.
So take into consideration how fast these ones that are waiting for food here, the Molly and her gang, look how fast they're collecting the napkins and how fast they're trying to get out of there at this time, because they're on a mission, right? They all have something to do in here. They all have their times allotted to them and what they're to do with this, whatever this was orchestrated. And so they're busting the move right now. I mean, look how fast they're grabbing the napkins and stuff and just all, smack dab together, just trying to get all these things. So it's kind of interesting. I've never noticed that part before either, like this is. I rarely go back and watch my videos. I will typically sometimes watch them if someone makes a comment and they point something out like this, but I don't typically go back and watch my stuff. And recently I have started doing that because I'm finding out that that I kind of nailed it on a lot of this stuff, and I didn't even know I did. That's because stuff wasn't relevant. You
always nailing it.
We know more now.
it is so important to go back and look at these videos, because these are the story. Because this stuff's scrubbed now, you guys. We don't get the same thing anymore. And so this is so important that people comment, they share, they talk about it. They pointed out, like Dude Man did here in the comment. And sometimes I don't see all the comments, but sometimes I get to them, you know? So just don't give up on me, because I mean, this is a lot of work, and I don't mind it at all. I like doing it. I want them to get justice, seriously. So this is where it starts again and again, over and over again, until we get it right. And we're getting close. And, you know, it's just a beautiful thing when a new sub comes in and points out something that none of us have ever seen or heard before. And it's so important. And look, in my head when I was listening to this, and I was thinking, I'm going to stop this and say how they look, how fast they moved. Well, I didn't have to, because I had already said it on the video. And I was like, whoa, I can't believe I even said that, because I don't remember these things, right?
Right.
When I'm making these videos, I literally am just busting them out as I'm talking to you the first time. Like when I'm reading something, it's usually the first time, like you're right with me doing it. And so sometimes it's just so organic.
Yeah, I've seen you put out a video while we've been on here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah, I remember that.
And I don't know how you keep track of all your videos. I don't know how you keep track of it.
Oh, trust me,
I
it's
had a hard
interesting.
time. I think this is my 339th. I was going through them tonight to look for this, you know, this where I showed this. And so I had to go back a ways. And then, so I looked and it said 338, I think. But you must have 3,000 videos or something. How many, do you know how many you have?
I've got well over 1,000, but the thing is that it only shows ever like 996 or something. I mean, it's weird. So, and sometimes it's even lower than that. So they're taking them down somewhere around there. I'm not sure how that's working, but they're disappearing.
Yeah.
Little by little.
I couldn't find the original on this where I actually came out and showed the 4
On mine.
On my video. I
Hmm.
couldn't find it. I couldn't find it. The very original one. So
I'll see if I can Google it and see.
Yeah, that's a little strange.
Yeah, but they'll take them when they want. They don't care.
Because I know that I came out with the one before that, the 2 of 4 or something like that. Because I didn't know. It took me a couple of times to figure out who it was. You know what I'm saying? And then I seen that guy with the black and white. And that was the big one right there. That was the one that got me on it. Yeah.
Yeah, he's unmistakable.
All of a sudden and then all of a sudden I seen that bun and I knew it was those 4.
You know, and here's a crazy thing is I've seen interviews with that guy, and he seems like just a big teddy bear. I mean, like the nicest guy ever. And he is the middle kid of the Lovelands, in my opinion. That's who that is. And for him to be there that weekend is kind of interesting, because he was playing big football. He's big in there over there, you know. He's their man, and so he's big with the football side. I mean, and I don't mean
which school? Which school?
Either Minnesota or yeah, it's Colston. Cool. His name's Colston. His Colston Loveland. All you have to do is pop in his name and he'll pop right on up.
He's going to school in Minnesota?
It's or Wisconsin or something like that. I can't remember exactly. I could probably Google it right now. Well, I've got you on here on another thing, but I don't want to mess anything up over here. I've got you on my phone, and I've got the tablet running, so I can actually see what everybody's writing, even though I can't answer them. Right. Oh yeah. Oh, he's from Michigan. Yeah. Oh, he's not playing for them anymore, Stutter?
Oh, Michigan?
Or Strutter 614? Yeah. Who am I seeing to watch live? And I'm not sure. What little girl? You want to talk?
Loveland played for Michigan. Yeah. Okay. So over kind of by my neck of the woods. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's.
Did he have something to say?
This is very interesting. You know, that one just hit me hard when you posted it. It was like, oh my God,
Yeah.
Because I never heard that before. I never ever heard that. Just like you didn't hear the sheep. I didn't ever hear round one. I never heard that before.
Yeah. It's weird. Like I said, we get in our brains a certain thing at a certain time, and that's what we hear. And then we go back, that just brought to our attention, and it's like, holy
Yeah.
crap. And then you hear that, like I'd never heard the sheep before, and I was like, oh my God, two new things I didn't hear before, and it was my own video, so I know that someone didn't embed that in there because I had already made that.
Yeah, I think it like around 1:15 or something like that. It does it at Linda Lane.
Yeah, there's a couple of like they overlap some of the noises in there at certain times, but
right, yeah.
But for the most part, what I'm going to do is I'm going to layer these times with the grub truck and with the Linda Lane, and so you can see in real time. What's that?
In real time, yeah. Going back and forth, saying this is what happened. This is what's happening here, and this is what's happening here, and this is what's happening here. That's what needs to learn, so people understand what we're talking about, the timeline wise.
Well, and it's so important with certain things, especially like the 3:15 when the guy walks up or down, puts the dumpster area and puts the knife, and then or grabs the knife or whatever, and then walks up around, back around the parking lot. At that moment in time, exactly then, Rosie is getting a notification, and he pulls his phone out and he says, we got her, and then you can see her or something like that to Tisdale. And it's like, if you don't see those things and know those certain times that are happening, and the main one is when all this happens, when the guys are running down that time zone and Linda Lane, and when those guys are taking off and running, is unbelievable to listen to see both of those in real time. It is. So
that's what really needs to be done, so people understand that timeline. At 1:56, 1:57, boom, bam, bam. And at 3:00, what's going on at 3:00? One video needs to be put out that explains everything that's going on. You know what I'm trying to say, right?
Yeah. So what would be the best? No, I've been fighting with this one because it's really hard to make a video to where you can see both in a when they're layered on top of one another, because I can cut them down and layer it to where you can see them both running at the same time.
It doesn't really need to be layered, though. All you need to do is, and we could do it live. We could do a live on it or something too, and just have them ready to go and say, this is what's going on here, and just show that video.
Yeah, that one too. Well, I'd like to do that.
5 minutes of it or something, and then go to the next one and show what's going on there. And
I'm
that way you don't have to layer it.
No. I think layering one would be also really good, and to hear both of the sounds coming through at the same time. It's going to drive us. We're going to feel like we're schizophrenic, but anyway,
if you could do that.
Yeah, but then also add on separately. Yeah, that's going to be weird, man. It just gives me chills up my. Yeah, just great.
Right.
Yeah.
Somebody wanted me to repeat this. So I'm going to try to find where this is here. It's pretty close to this here.
Love you guys too. Chat, love you guys.
So here we go. Right?
Yeah, I know. I mean, I look over it periodically, but mostly I'm looking at you on my phone, and there's no chat on my phone, so I can't see it. So and then the cat, she's over here talking away.
On your phone? That's how I have to chat, is on my phone.
Well, you got on my tablet. Yeah. I mean, like I said, I had to wing it today because I didn't even think I was going to have internet. I didn't think I was going to have internet today, so I had to wing it today. I mean, it was like some quick move.
Right.
And my cat, she's like, "Whoa, whoa!"
Bubbly to the rescue!
Oh my God! Can you hear her? Can you guys hear the cat meowing? What, little girl?
I thought I heard a puppy bark.
No. She's like, she wants outside for some reason.
All right. Oh, my cat stays inside during the winter. She won't go outside.
Oh, she goes outside. She's in the patio.
She is so fat. She is so fat.
She just jumped over my head. So
all right.
You might hear the cat box here in a second.
One more time here. We're going to listen to this now. And why do you think that is? Do you think that there was like text sent out stating, letting people know what's coming up?
There had to be something, but can you imagine like leaving somebody out of the text message, like the only ones not knowing is Maddie and Kaylee, I mean,
Right.
and Xana and Ethan. I think there was stuff where they gave them stuff to put them under a little bit, to weaken them that way. I think that was also happening. So,
right.
I mean, that was said in the very beginning, right?
Yeah, and I don't think people understand how much that it really was premeditated. I mean, it was. There was people knew what was going on. People knew what was going on, and there was I think there's a lot more people involved than what people think.
Yeah. So Mike's saying that Steve's in the chat. How nice.
Oh, is he?
I don't know.
Steve in the chat?
I'm not happy with. I'm mad at him.
Right. Well, if Steve is there, I want to say welcome him. No, I'm not going to. Hello, Steve. If you're out there. I know he watches here and there.
Yeah.
I know that.
I mean, I am, my heart goes out to every single one. I mean,
me too.
My mission for this whole thing is to get justice, that type of thing. I mean, this is always how I've been, and I cried more than probably anybody in this whole thing. I mean, typically, and it's like, I just, when things like this happen where I'm, silenced. Yeah. So I've been silenced basically is what I've been recently. Right.
Right.
So I don't know if you know that my channel's been struck twice.
Has it?
So
it has.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
all right.
And that means that so let's
Steve, if you're out there, Steve, if you're out there, we believe that the stuff did start at the 2:00 hour, and this is at 1:57 a.m. And you can hear him say round one, and then everybody looks at their phones and starts hollering Xana, Xana.
Yeah. Are you playing it, Tommy? What are you doing?
No. Is that me? What? What's going on?
I thought you were going to play that. Are you going to play the video again for somebody?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm sitting here watching it and forgot to present it. Sorry about that, folks. Okay, so
girl, stop it.
Okay, here we go.
Person, but you're gonna see, like, I just stopped it with a.
Now, is this before or after?
Latino looking girls over here, they were just holding onto phones, and they're
that's before.
This is where the other group on the other side behind where they're ordering at the counter.
So I hope Steve isn't
animated and
so
calling
he does
Xana and
this
Xana.
kind of stuff.
So
maybe he has, but
that's about the time that Molly goes over and shows
1:57 is the time. You can see it down below.
Alleged that that's when the fight with Xana and Ethan was. So I'm not really. This is all speculation. I mean, we don't really know anything. So it's just what we hear amongst all this kind of stuff that's going on, and putting the times together as to what really did happen.
Thank you. Thank you.
I got one chicken taco right here for you.
And then you'll order 94.
No, that's too damn bad.
Here it comes. Here it comes. Round one.
Love it. All right.
And everybody starts looking at their phones. One last time.
I got one chicken taco right here for you.
And then you'll order 94.
No, that's too damn bad.
Here it comes. There it is.
Love it. All right. That's mine again.
And that's the beginning of the 2:00 hour.
And yeah, and then when all of them took off, like Molly and those guys, they were out of there, right? So what was their role right after that? So that's when you're watching the both, you can watch the 1320 and the 1330, but in 1320 is where the camera's way back and you see the road and you see all the cars literally coming in. I mean, it was like a full, it's like at the drive-in, when you're at the drive-in, you see all the cars wait to pull into the drive-in. They're coming from all directions to go see the movie at the drive-in. That's how this made me feel when I saw that. I was just like, you got to be kidding me. They were coming in right and left, but none of them were parking anywhere near the Linda Lane. They were parking like on Blake and Deacon.
And I think they were waiting for it.
For sure they were. It's how I feel too. Yeah.
Yeah, they were waiting for it. And those what would you say? Some Spanish gals there or something?
Yeah, the two in the beginning. Yeah,
looked at their phones just before that, so I think they were starting to get texts of some sort, letting people know that it was coming on. Yeah,
I think it's interesting how the people out there are saying like, oh, come on, you guys, it's just like a normal night down there. Just going down there and get, they're coming from the bar, just going down there to get mac and cheese. And I'm like, you guys, are you even seeing this? How come are they all robots? They're all doing the same thing at the same time. I mean, you don't even have to really pay that much attention to see that. I mean, it's just right in front of our faces. And so for people that deny that, it's just weird to me.
Yeah. Michael, the best ones I've seen of Joe's phone is Huda's got some really good pictures of those phones and what they show.
Does. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, that's that. And let me set up what's coming.
Oh, I got to hit the like button. Hold on. Let me hit the like button here. Bing!
Okay. Yeah.
One more like.
You're funny. Okay, let's see.
You're making my headache go away. That's good.
Oh, that's a good thing, right?
Yeah, you guys are helping me.
What is this one? I got to look at what they are. Okay, this is a short one. It's only like a minute and a half, maybe, or something, or a couple of minutes anyway. Or not even a minute and a half. Yeah, what were you gonna say, girl?
About how do you feel about Anne in court saying that Murphy was found the next day, right? Yet we see him, and then that video comes out, right? What, next day or 2 days after that shows him right there with everybody. So that's a whole nother lie, blatant lie.
Right.
That's crazy.
And all the stuff has to come out. You know what I mean?
Right. For sure.
Yeah, I'd like to know that too, Rockin'. Does anybody know who Murphy was supposed to be with overnight that night, Jack or Kaylee? I think Kaylee, but I've never had it that verified.
Yeah, seemed like it was Kaylee to me. But
I wonder,
Well, when Steve actually, they talked about that, right? Where Kaylee backed up to the house and filled her car with stuff. Well, I never understood why she would fill her car with stuff, for one thing, and then take off and then unload it at the house. But they were saying that the kennel was still in the back of the car for Murphy. So I just don't understand that whole thing. That whole interview has me so confused, because it just does. It just has me very confused. Just
right. Yeah. Me too. Okay. So this is from Cooler Lucher. Okay. And it's just a minute, not even a minute and a half here. We're just going to go over this real quick. What am I doing?
I don't know, but just you get it done no matter what, even though you don't know what you're doing. That's done.
Right. Right. Oh, my mind. I tell you what, man, this ever since that one surgery on my neck here, like 3 weeks ago or a month ago or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And it started bleeding, and it wasn't blood wasn't getting to my brain, and ever since then,
You
I'm
did that on
telling
a,
you,
that was happening on a live. That was happening on a live.
no, I had surgery when I had surgery on my neck just
Oh,
recently, within like 3.5 weeks ago, maybe or something. Or
oh, okay, yeah.
4.
Oh, yeah. That's not good. But wasn't that when I was
But
talking to you and you were like, "I
blood
gotta
was
go"?
blood
Yeah,
was gushing out like this,
yeah, yeah,
and they
yeah.
were
That's
trying
when I was.
to stop
I
it.
wasn't I talking to you.
And,
I'm like,
huh?
"Go, dude." I'm like, "Go to the freaking hospital." I'm like, "What are you doing?"
Oh, it started bleeding here too. Yeah, I know. Right. But they didn't know if my brain was getting enough blood because it was coming out, that's the main artery. And it's
Oh man,
not
that's
going to
scary.
yeah. So either I felt like I was going to either bleed out or be a carrot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 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 yeah. Well, there's lots of people that
Yeah.
love vegetables.
Yeah.
That's all they eat is they're vegans. They just love vegetables. That was a terrible joke. Sorry.
Right. Right.
Hey, I owed you one actually, didn't I? Owe you
Yeah,
one.
yeah, you owed me one. Yep. You got me on that one.
You know I mean nothing by it.
Oh yeah, I know that too. Oh, it
Oh my God.
looks like Cooler Lucher's got a new one out here too. Funk
I like
Leaves
it. I like them. Yeah.
1122 in white sedan. Huh? We
Ooh,
might have to look at that. Okay,
you
that's
bites for
interesting.
that.
Yeah, here's the one I was going to show. Maddie died before 3 a.m. Killer returns for sheath at 3:50 a.m. Huh? Let's see what they have to they say here. Oh, here's what gets me here is where she's got circled here. Two males are associated with these cars. One is wearing white shoes and the other is dressed in black and carries a flashlight. Later that night, they disappear and they come back.
Yeah.
These
So
people that are here.
there's that one video I have where you can
Right?
see the guy flashing the light all around, and that was like
Right.
that was like at 12:30 or something.
Yeah. I mean, there was
But
so
you,
much shit
but
going on, you know.
you guys, if you're looking at this, so wait a second, keep it right there for a second. So
Uh-huh.
the pink is covering up the area. Wait a second, where am I at? Okay, I'm looking at the different direction. So yeah, so where those apartments are, so where the pink on to the right of this picture, where the camera would be, in between that one building and the Linda Lane, there's a walkway all the way down, right straight to that house on Taylor Avenue. And I always wondered where that screen door slamming was coming from. Like I could not figure that out. I thought it was an RV, which I still think there might have been some type of trailer or RV there at one point. But if you really look at that, one day I was super bored. I had been watching these things this was like last year sometime, and I was like,
Right.
what else can I see on here? So what I did was I took my jewelry loop, because I kept seeing this flash at the very top middle of the screen. It was a little round circle, very pinpoint circle. So I got my loop out and I made the picture as big as I could, and I got down there with that loop, and lo and behold, I saw people walking back and forth in that thing. Like literally could see them flashing in front of that light. So that's why I knew that the light was on the back side of them, right? So
Right.
it just, yeah. So that right there, I believe, is the back light, porch light for that house. And I think a lot of that happens behind that house, which would kind of give it a little, almost like you get the Little Queen apartment building house right there, and then that would be the
Right.
backyard in between that house and that. And then you'd be also surrounded on the other side with the Linda Lane apartments. So it would be like this own little like fighting stadium, gladiator stadium, basically. And
Right.
I mean,
Well,
that whole
we
thing.
know there was fights going on there. I mean, there was. There's no
Right.
no one's ever going to convince me of anything different on that. There was
Well,
there was a lot of fighting going on.
In the recent, there's other videos that came out about that hit and run on in Pullman, and one of the
Right.
guys the next day, the cops talking to him, and he tells them that he thinks it's a black BMW SUV.
Ooh.
And I'm
Oh,
like,
wow.
what? It's the first time I've ever heard that. I was like, you got to be kidding me. That just
Black
blew my mind.
BMW SUV. Oh, that's expensive.
Well, that's like what Enon was talking about.
You're talking cartel shit there. something like
Well,
that.
that
Or
one's in town. That one's running around in town because they've been in the police reports before. So
someone's got some fucking serious fucking jing, some serious cash, man.
oh, so a lot of those people in that town. People don't realize how many freaking people are right up there in the millionaires bracket in that town. It is
In that
incredible.
town, right? Yeah,
It's
yeah.
incredible.
I looked into that once too myself. Yeah,
Yep.
and I was blown away. You know, it's like,
Uh-huh.
how can that be in such a small area? You know,
Well, because they're all
Right.
putting money in each other's pockets. That's why
right?
they're all
Let's
lining each
keep
other's
this
pockets.
going. I'm going to slow this down. Actually, I'm going to slow it down and shut off the music. Is that all right with you guys?
Sure, I'll go ahead and sing
Because
for you while we're doing this. I'm just kidding.
yeah, you go ahead and think. And slow it down just one notch there. Because it goes by too fast to read.
Yeah, I get that. Slow it down a couple notches if you're going to take the sound out of it.
What's that?
Slow it down a couple notches if you're going to take the sound out of it. That way. So, and I can read it if you want.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I can too, I guess. We know that Ethan was involved in a fight. This issue has been buried and no one is talking about it because it is feared that the fight is associated with the frats at Sigma Chi. This fear relates to the delay in calling 911. That makes sense. Listen to that, folks. That makes a lot of sense. We know that Ethan was involved in the fight, that this issue has been buried and no one is talking about it because it is feared that the fight is associated with the frats at Sigma Chi. This fear relates to the delay in the calling 911. The Greek life blueprint.
Okay, you guys.
The delay. Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, so that makes total sense because listen, because they actually if there was someone that has an OD over there, overdoses, if they're at a frat house, they will relocate that person. They don't want them in the frat house. They want them to be found somewhere else. And so that makes total sense that would happen right there. Yep.
Right.
Wait a minute. And the way the cop said this, the cop says, we're not going to get you for drinking or doing this. We just want to know what happened, the events of that night. We won't, you won't get you in trouble for that. So right there, they're basically saying they already know. Right?
Right. Exactly. Yep. The Greek life blueprint, the delay in calling 911 has been highlighted in several hazing court cases. A fight starts at 2:21:08 a.m. What was my timeline for Ethan? Between 2:20 and 2:30 a.m.
Yep.
At the front of the property. Listen to that. At the front of the property. This is the fight that Ethan may have been involved in. Yes, that's what I'm trying to say right here. Exactly the point. These two men have been waiting to KILL Maddie Mogan. She is the target. Only Maddie was supposed to DIE. I don't believe that. I think there's two different motives possibly.
Yeah.
Maddie's red rum was planned. This is the start of three entities colliding. Let's keep this going. Slow.
You just said that really slow too.
Right. My arrow's going really slow. Okay, so here we got Bethany is in her room, according to her statement, by 2 a.m. It is highly likely that Bethany heard and even saw the fight at the front of the house, as her room is located at the front of on the ground floor. Could this be the exculpatory evidence? Is the fight? Did she see what was going on out in front?
Well, because you got to think about this. Everybody was saying, don't park up here, park down below. And that's why we were seeing all those cars moving back and forth when they got those guys in Banfield. You see all those lights in that area. And so,
Right.
they're all on Deacon and Blake and across the street. But yeah, so that whole parking lot in front of King would have been empty except for the few cars, right? And those might even have been empty there. They could have moved those later. We don't know.
Right. Then it says whether the fight was by chance or orchestrated, it was a distraction and pulled Xana, Ethan, and Kaylee to the front of the house. The two males in the car park are now in the vicinity of 1122. That's that car port or whatever. Waiting to make their move. The guy in the white shoes is the lookout. The male in black with the flashlight is the red rummer. Maddie is drunk. We all know that. And she is now in her room on the 3rd floor at the back of her house. Dylan is also supposed to be asleep in her room on the 2nd floor at the back of the house, as stated in her statement at 2 a.m. She was in her room. Okay, let's keep it going. This is this person's cooler Lucher theory.
It's a good one so far.
Yeah, it is. It is very good. Okay, and up here, as you can see, if you are sat on the sofa in the living room or looking out the living room window, you have no visual of the staircase to the 3rd floor. Likewise, if you are in Xana's room on the 2nd floor at the front, you have no visual nor knowledge of anyone going up or down. Clearly, anyone on the 1st floor has no visual of someone going up or down the stairs on the 2nd floor to the 3rd floor. Correct. Whilst the fight was occurring at the front of the house, the red rummer entered through the kitchen sliding doors and went to Maddie's room and red rummed her in her sleep. Okay, this is, of course, this is all speculation now, people. Well, I can do it better than this here.
Can you stop it for a second? I gotta ask Kat something.
What's
Tommy, can you stop it for a second? I need to ask Chat. I wanted to ask Chat something. I've been watching. So they're talking about Dubai on a license plate. I'm wondering about who saw that and about that, because that's something I've been. Well, you guys know I'm all about the house on the hill, and one of the kids' name is actually his name. First name's Ty, and then it goes the second. The one I just said, that's his. He uses that as his last name. Those guys are all black belts, taught by their dad.
Really?
And I'm just wondering what they're talking. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Their hands are weapons. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So, and that in fact, before they got there, they lived in Dubai. They live all over. They travel all over because their dad does.
Huh.
Yeah. They've seen places like I would love to see. I mean, it's just amazing the places they've been, but I just find it really interesting, that, well, here's one thing that's really weird is the sounds that are coming through on True Killer Crimes. When you look at the transcript on there, what comes up on there is Arabic. It immediately goes to Arabic when you look at the transcript. And then another one will go to Persian. But it's like, you can't even get English on it because that's what it comes up as.
There's some really rich Middle Easterners that live. They have one hell of a house.
Yeah.
I do believe it. It's a little bit north of Pullman. Yeah, I investigated that back a while ago too.
Yeah, I see you, Mandy May.
The timing and this is exactly right on in what I've been saying. The timing and a manic frequency of Kaylee calling Jack was triggered by something. most likely associated with the fight at the front of the house. Exactly.
Yeah.
She calls him 7 times, starting at 2:26 a.m., ending at 2:52 a.m. Did they go out there? You know what I mean? Did they go out there?
Yeah.
You know.
Well, maybe that was
phone,
when Kaylee, she saw Kaylee go up and down the steps. Maybe that was when it's
Oh,
allegedly in the court.
yeah. Right. Yeah. That makes sense. Jack's, and that's why I didn't come back up the stairs. It's because they were going out to the fight.
Well, and then you hear it in Linda Lane. Now you hear them running, and you hear Kaylee yelling Mogan, and then after that you hear her scream, What did you do?" And he said, "I didn't do it. It wasn't me." And
Yeah.
yeah. And she's like, "What have you done?" She's like, "Call 911. They're gonna die." And then after that you hear she yells. It's really loud. I mean, it's so loud, rings through the whole thing. And then you hear silence pretty much after that. And then
Yeah.
But it's just,
you cut out at the end there.
Yeah, sorry. The other things I'm not going to talk about on here, but anyway, it's scary.
Yeah. Right. What gets to me is people like Jeff H. and others out there. They don't believe in any of that stuff, and we got to remember this stuff was out. How long ago? 2.5 years ago.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's been out a long time, and before any of this stuff was known about. So,
yeah. Well, and I don't. It's really interesting to me how Jeff can talk like that, because I mean, literally, he did a video. He has the same camera, and he was showing it at the nighttime when the cars are going by, and then they took these. He was saying that the colors don't add up; they're not always the same. So he took like a roll of bright yellow tape, and took like a bright red car, and put it during the nighttime thing. And then when he flashed it over to the daytime where it was light, the roll of tape was bright yellow, and the car was bright red, but it looked black and white in the other one. And so you can see that. You can see that when the video I did where the girl pulls up, you can see the car colors. You're like, what the heck?
Right. Yeah, totally different. Yeah, what we thought was black wasn't black.
No, well, yeah, those were black, but one of them had government plates on them. Did you notice that? Those SUVs had government plates. One of them for sure, you could tell it was a government plate. The furthest to the right. But yeah, those cars were all filled underneath there. The people were in all those cars. And there's a couple videos I need to put out that literally I've watched. They've been in my album for so long, and I don't know why I didn't put them out, but probably because they just seem so scary to me, and with everything, and I'm just gonna have to put them out because they're just.
Well, anytime you're scared to put out something, give the shit to me. I'll put it out. I don't give a shit.
Will do.
I don't care.
A few things to you.
Yeah. You know me. I don't care. They can come after me if they want. If they make it to the yard, I'll give them a gold star.
With 5 fingers reaching off of it.
You're right.
Oh, that's funny.
Okay, so Jack's phone also has records of Maddie's phone device calling them 3 times, starting at 2:44 a.m. and ending at 2:52 a.m. We have made the assumption that Maddie called Jack, implying that she was still alive at 2:52 a.m. and with Kaylee. We can counteract that assumption by assuming that it was Kaylee who used Maddie's phone to call Jack. In her frustration of Jack ignoring her, she uses Maddie's phone. Maddie was drunk and left her phone in the living room. This almost sounds like they talked to somebody from there, from
yeah, or else Kaylee's phone went dead because she was constantly using it and she didn't have time to charge it when she got home.
Right. Right. But I mean, I've
never heard though that it was an assumption.
This almost sounds like Cooler Lucher has been talking to somebody
Inside.
that knows something, yeah, and left her phone in the living room. It wouldn't be that specific. You see what I'm
Yes,
saying?
Noel, I did. Very good. Yeah, I do.
Yeah. The timestamps of Kaylee calling at 2:44 a.m. and then Maddie at 2:44 a.m. are indicative of Kaylee ending her call and performing the same task on Maddie's phone. So we know the phone was in her reach. Okay. Yeah, I can probably do this faster. At some point, the male figure dressed in black enters 1122 at the back through the sliding doors and goes upstairs to Red Room Maddie, who is asleep. It is quick and it is quiet. I personally suspect the Red Rummer is left-handed because the sheath is found at the right of Maddie's body, slightly under the duvet cover. This is consistent with a left-handed person drawing the knife out of the sheath. The sheath is in the right hand and dropped to the side of Maddie's head as the right hand moves to cover her mouth to muffle any screams. The male with the white shoes is outside. He is the lookout. The fight may have been instigated by the guy in the white shoes, but whatever the fight was, enough to direct people's attention to the front of the house, giving the Red Rummer time to do the deed. Approximate time of the first Red Rum is between 2:22 a.m. and 2:42 a.m. The problem is how the Red Rummer leaves without being seen. Yeah, it is interesting. There is a distinct whistle at 2:41:11 a.m., which I've been told is a hunter's whistle by local Idaho folk. See, they've been talking to Idaho people.
What type of
It's
whistle?
a hunter's whistle. A hunter's whistle.
Oh.
And that would make sense.
But they're all hunters there, you know? I mean, really.
Right. Yeah, they are. There is a distinct whistle at 2:41 a.m., which I've been told is a hunter's whistle by local Idaho folk, and it's always bothered me. This is followed shortly by a group of lads cheering at 2:42 a.m. It's getting quiet again. The fight is over. There's nothing to distract the residences. The Red Rummer is upstairs and needs to get out. The whistle is a signal that the coast is clear. There are still parties going on, but they are disbanding and people are milling about. Our attention shifts to the boys at Banfield and the plainclothed officers, and whilst that is going on, we see four males in the background walking quickly, coming from the direction of the road.
Okay, so we got is there more? Is there a lot more of this one still? Okay, let you read it. Then that's it. Oh
no, there's more. There's more.
Okay.
The timing of Maddie's attack is called up here. We know that parties at 11:22 in this area are a regular occurrence. We know that the driver who dropped off Maddie and Kaylee said he saw frats partying. We know that the cult activities of Greek life involves involuntary manslaughter. That's not an extreme statement. It's a fact. A cult that encourages bullying, physical abuse, and torture, both physical and mentally. The silent fear is embodied in the Greek life culture, and on this occasion, with so many sightings of the Greek life antics, institution in the vicinity of four people being red rummed, the assumption of the brotherhood and sisterhood was one of them. The Red Rummer had to orchestrate Maddie's Red Rum within a certain time frame. The timing was deliberately planned so that the suspicion would fall upon Greek life. So it had to be performed when the frats were out and about. The university, the police, BF, DM, and the Greek life are all implicit in a cover-up because they feared and assumed students of the University of Idaho were responsible.
Okay, let me say
this is
something
good.
real quick. Let me say something real
Yeah,
quick.
go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so now I do believe Maddie was closer to the house upstairs, or because I don't think they got dropped off in front of the house. I don't believe that. I think they got dropped off somewhere on Taylor Avenue, either on Taylor in front of 1320 Linda Lane or in front of where the cops were standing right there, that little walkway. So,
right. Yeah.
so as they go up, so if Kaylee did go and get let, I don't think Kaylee let Murphy out. I think someone else let Murphy out, and then Kaylee went running for Murphy to look for Murphy. And meanwhile, Maddie was left behind because she was hammered. You know, we all know how she was in there. And I think that she was. Yeah. I think she was slipped something, hands down. I totally do. I've always thought that. But so Kaylee goes running for him, and you can hear Kaylee and actually see her footprints in certain videos on the ground, running from one direction, and she's yelling Mogan, and when she gets there, that's when a guy was there, and that's when she says, "What did you do?" And then that's when that all starts, right? But I think that she was looking for Maddie. The only reason Kaylee was away from Maddie is because she was looking for Murphy.
Exactly. Yeah, I've thought that too. Yeah, yeah, and I don't know if they were calling about the fight. I think Kaylee was calling because of Murphy, because when they got home at 2:00, there was a black truck that supposedly parked out front per that guy that had the video in the back going from the college. That's what he said. There was a black truck. So I think that was JD grabbing Murphy.
Okay, so that black truck was known. They call that Daddy's money truck. So who's Daddy's money truck? And best of me, I don't know who went to the hospital, but there were people that had bites. I don't know. I can't say anything about that because I really don't know for sure. But the thing is that truck. That's that truck we hear now. That truck, you guys, is not only in these cams. That truck is in the Kopaka body cam too. Literally, you could hear the same freaking truck. And it is all over those. Oh, yeah. It's all over the place in those. But yeah, I mean, back and forth and back and forth. So who is that person? That person is,
well,
you know,
what I
don't know, but they got a lot to do with this.
Jay was with them and grabbed Murphy. And that's when you start seeing them like at Linda Lane and you start seeing Murphy. You've seen those pics, right?
Oh, yeah.
Of Murphy at Linda Lane, right? Well, someone had to have grabbed him. You know what I'm saying? And that does make sense that truck, and it wasn't Ethan that was doing the whistling like that guy thought. That guy that was taking the video, it was JD whistling for his dog. I think he was trying to grab him from Kaylee. That's what I.
Now, my thought process is that's Rosendahl, because I think that he was the reason why they were there with the noise complaints. I feel like he was grooming the dog to know who he was and get used to him. That's why he was whistling in those noise complaints. That's how I kind of feel about him. But it could have been any one of them because they were all used to Murphy was used to all of them, right? But here's the thing: why don't we get them all together and hypnotize them, and then tell them, give us your best whistle, give us your best dog whistle, and whoever comes out with those whistles, that's your guy right there, because there's some serious different whistles in there, right? I mean, how about that one that's I mean, it's like really, really long, weird whistle.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Well, and then you hear the guy, he says, Murphy. And that's the one that walks up. Okay. So that's the one that walks up. Yeah. After this time when he's talking about this, it's after the yelling and all that stuff. That's when the person walks and you can hear him under the Linda Lane where the camera is. And this person, I believe, is hurt, had put up a fight, did something, because he's huffing and puffing. And I almost feel like that could be someone who maybe there was an overdose or something, because at one point it sounds like that person is going through a seizure. because you can hear this flopping kind of sound, and I always wondered what that flopping freaking noise was. And then I heard stuff about the from that Among the Bros, that book, and they were talking about what this stuff does to you, and this is one of the things it does. It puts you into seizure form mode, and then so when I listen to that, I'm like, that sounds like a fish out of water on a shore, flopping, and that's what. And then it would get, it'd go really quick, and then all of a sudden it would just a little bit slower to where you didn't hear it at all, and that's what makes me think that's what that was. And then you hear that notification where the guy says, "Help me," the sound of that thing ringing. Yeah, that thing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. It's also crazy.
Yeah. It is crazy.
Continue. Sorry, didn't mean to take over the conversation.
Yeah, but need to know your thoughts on it. And I'm expressing mine here too. It's still on Maddie here. Was the only one who was supposed to. Maddie was the only one who was supposed to DIE that night, but the Red Rummer forgot the sheath. This was a huge mistake and the catalyst that resulted in 3 more people red rumming. Part 1 concluded Ella bet the Red Rummer dressed in black and the accomplice with the white shoes are seen walking in the car park to the car off screen at 3:18:43 a.m. Go and listen from that timestamp. This is a pretty good theory. There's no doubt about it. That is the Red Rummer, the male dressed in black. That is the car we should be looking for. Part 2, Red Rummer, Kaylee Galvez, and the white Elantra. Part 3, the Door Dasher, Red Rummer, Xana and Ethan, white Elantra. Part 4, Dylan and Bethany's statements. That's what I think is coming. And that's together we will draw the tooth. Yes. And that's the end of that.
So in the oh my God, it's snowing again.
It's been snowing here.
Yeah. In the one of the videos on the difference mode, and that's one of the Jeff ones. I wish someone would actually do that. I don't know if anybody can do that, but not only put it in difference mode on that one, but in all the videos. Because difference mode is amazing. If you guys don't know what it does, it is. So when you're looking at the picture, you're looking at the Linda Lane and all that stuff, all you see is dark. You see black, right? People are like, I can't see anything. I can't see anything. Well, you got to go into a really dark room. You have to have earbuds on, but the dark, the better, like pitch black. Because you're going to be looking black on black. Let your eyes get accustomed to it. And then what happens is, in difference mode, anything that's in motion, you see a light. It lights up. And so you can see what's going on. You can see more in the dark than you can with the light on the lane. Seriously. It's amazing. And I'm telling you, on that one part where I told you where they all get together and all of a sudden there's a bunch of people, it's so scary how many people are there. There are so many people there.
Yeah. I don't think people realize how many people, just to give an idea, just that one fight that happened after it happened, like in February or whatever, there was over 100 people there.
Oh yeah. In Wazoo, in one of the fights in Wazoo, there was 200 people.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, and I get a kick out of these people that tell them, well, not that many people would have been there, Oh yeah, there would have been.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Those people have never been to a frat party ever.
Right. Yeah, and they all keep their freaking secrets,
Yep.
Here's the next one I got, and I'm not sure what this one is. But this is from Sherlock Holmes. Have you been checking them out at all?
I don't know. Maybe.
Okay, yeah.
There's so many new ones out there right now that I'm going a little bit nuts.
Yeah. Well, they've been in chat before, so I know they're out and about. Yeah.
Yeah.
And let's listen to this.
This Search
Oh, whoops.
warrant is sealed.
God. It should just automatically do it.
Both the reason for them going in the first place, and then the accounting list of everything they took out. Saw the reason for the affidavit being sealed. I just thought it was pretty strident. I mean, some of the language made me think, heavens to Betsy. I mean, I've seen search warrants sealed before, and it says we want to preserve the investigation. Period. And a story. But they used this language that was, prematurely end the investigation, threat to public safety.
What was the squirrely language around the warrant, Mark?
There was some language in the warrant that if unsealed, not only would it compromise the investigation, but that arguably it would threaten law enforcement. That tells me that there's something there that they don't want out yet, or something that they missed. And they're afraid that if it got out, that there would be public, what I call blowback. And I think that that's a legitimate concern. I will tell you, I've seen, I can't tell you how many thousands of warrants that have been sealed. Rarely have I seen one where the reason centered on the threat to law enforcement.
Exactly. Coffindaffer, are you similarly concerned?
Yes, definitely saw that as sort of a very unusual language to use, and particularly since we have the complaint affidavit unsealed. Why aren't they unsealing the search warrant affidavits? It's not making a lot of sense, and I agree with Councillor Garagos on this one.
Yeah, I'll tell you, there's a suspicion that when they said, when we talked about when the police came out and they said, this is the guy, we're 100% certain, there's nobody else that's going to be arrested. I think a lot of that is being called into question now.
So yeah, the wording on that is quite, and it would threaten the police. What's your ideas on that?
Well, maybe it would threaten the police because they also are related and have their hands in the pocket. They're in it to win it with that too. I mean,
yeah, that's something funny with that.
You can't deny that they're not related.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, and then you've got the same one, Gunderson, with his stuff all up with the Christ Church. I mean, they lost that lawsuit. They were every three people. They each won $100,000, $300,000 gone from their fund right there. They had to make it up somehow, right? Apparently.
Right.
Then you got Gunderson being the one there in the beginning. So I don't know. I'm just curious when the body cams, if we even get to see any of that stuff, because that's going to be very interesting.
I bet you not. I have a feeling not.
Yeah.
Who was this here?
Well, it came out a year later. They finally admitted that they did have it, and we found it. Like, kind of like they do, like they find something like during court. Right the day before or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like this just
right. Right. Okay. What is this? Oh, this is the one.
So do I, Coco.
Okay. Here's somebody that loves you. Sherlock loves you.
Sherlock loves who? Sherlock loves me? Oh, hey, Sherlock, I love you.
Yeah. Here we go. It's a bombshell of yours. I do believe.
Oh, really? Huh?
She's sharing it, right?
She gave the address to Blaker of 1122 King Road, but she didn't live there. Kaylee didn't move in until August 16th of 2022. Kaylee made this phone call to Blaker October 5th, 2021. Did Kaylee have information on her phone about her? Does she still have the pictures on her phone? But one thing was said about, allegedly the roommate said this, that they heard rummaging upstairs, like someone was rummaging through drawers or cabinets. And then they heard what sounded like a party. Okay. party. I'm not sure what their party's.
Oh, how long ago would you put this one out, Bubs?
That was a while ago. So is that the Susan? That's the Susan lady who was that Kaylee reported, right?
Susan Archer. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Karen and I did a whole thing on that deal.
Yeah.
Karen Archer. Yeah.
There's something interesting about this whole thing. How, like, when did it start with Kaylee? Because I believe Kaylee was being watched, hands down. I mean, even Steve said it in one of his first interviews. He mentioned it.
Right.
I mean, he says he didn't now, but he did. I mean, I heard it from my own ears. And
Yep.
So like I said, it's really tough when things are put out there, especially by people that are supposed to know these people, and then they're retracted because it's like, well, what do we believe now? Everything's so, I don't know. They give it to us and take it away, and we're just. I mean, I know that there's some people out there that are not on the up and up, trying to do the right thing by these kids and stuff. But it's, you know what? There's I think more than not are for trying to figure this out. You know what I mean? And are doing the good. So for things like that. But I don't know. This one, I'm really concerned about this one because I don't know. There's something about this one that really bothers me, and the fact that Blaker. I think it was Blaker that was supposed to go back and get the surveillance from Kmart or Walmart or whatever it was, and he never did. He never looked back into it. Just let it go. So isn't that kind of what they do when they don't want to, when they don't want to, well, because they don't want anybody to know. So why would you go get that stuff? I mean, you just have to have one more step into hiding it until, as long as you can or whatever. So what's the point? I don't know. It's just.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It is crazy.
But it probably didn't sound like a regular party, in my opinion. But they heard, first and foremost, they heard rummaging through drawers and cupboards. What were these people looking for?
This is Shannon Archer. Her family says she's been missing for more than a week and needs your help finding her.
This is Shannon Archer. Her family says she's been missing for more than a week and needs your help finding her.
The 62-year-old woman was last seen at her home in Coeur d'Alene last Monday night. Her husband woke up the next morning and found her and their car missing. Coeur d'Alene police just released these surveillance photos of her car at a gas station near her home. And these photos were taken Tuesday night around midnight. Sharon never left her car, drove around the gas station, and left, headed south.
Sharon never left her car, drove around the gas station, and left, headed south.
If you have any information about this missing woman, please call the Coeur d'Alene Police Department.
A plea to the community.
Pretty well, considering the worst at this point.
Chris Arthur's mother, Sharon Archer, has been missing since last Tuesday. She left her house, and around midnight, Archer was spotted
few people on bicycles, also on camera.
Maybe if any of them were there and know which way the car went, that'd be helpful.
Which way the car went, that'd be helpful.
If you see Archer or her car, you're asked to call the Coeur d'Alene Police Department. The number is at the bottom of your screen. Reporting in Coeur d'Alene, Caitlin Knapp.
Taking a look at other top stories tonight, Coeur d'Alene police have pulled a car from the Fernan Lake, which belongs to a missing Idaho woman, Sharon Archer. They say a body was found inside. Police tell us that a person called the department to report something white off the boat docks, but it could only be seen when the sun hit it. The person saw posts on Facebook about search parties for Archer and decided to call in the object yesterday. When police arrived, they were able to locate the white 2013 Toyota Highlander about 150 feet from the shore. That car was last seen driven by September 28th.
About 150 feet from the shore, September 28th.
They sure have a lot of unlucky things happen to people, don't they?
They sure do.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Well, it's just like
I
I'm
mean,
going to put
there
out a
is a
video.
lot. There is a
Yeah.
lot.
Well, I'm going to put out a video. I've been meaning to do this, but on that Destiny Martin, who was at, said she was a reporter when she asked the questions. You know, like, could it have been a woman or maybe with ROTC? You know, she was. You guys know who I'm talking about? Do you guys know? Do you know Tommy?
No.
She's the one that went up in one of the, she's the one that was in one of the pressers, and she said she was from a reporter from somewhere, and she actually wasn't. And Fry, she kept raising her hand. Yeah. Well, she's the one that asked, well, could it have been a woman or possibly with the ROTC? Well, I find that interesting because in the Kapaka body cam, the guy's apartment across the way that the cops are hiding out in, you know, from, you know, when they're doing all the whole Kapaka thing. The one of the guys walks in, he says, oh, what branch? And the guy says ROTC. And he's like, oh, okay. And he's like, well, I'll come back and give you some not hazing, but some jokes you can use. You can, you know, get them with, or what do you say? What is it when you roast them? I'll give you some jokes to roast the other guys with, the other chapters or whatever, or branches.
Right.
But ROTC, so that's brought up, right? That's really interesting because they're trying to make Brian into that too because of his ROTC, that picture. So they're trying to triangulate all these things. So this thing had to be planned so far in advance. And it just makes you wonder with all the connects that I haven't even put out not even a fourth of what I have on here. And that's just the thing. It's hard for people to understand because I've been doing the research and in my head, I've seen my way I go about it. And so it's hard for other people to understand how I got to this point. And so maybe it's a question I can ask everybody right now. Would you guys want me to take you through they're going to be long videos. I have to break them down because they're just going to be long. I'm going to spend hours doing this to show you exactly how I get to the point of where I get to these things because it's a whole nother thing. I mean, Tommy, I know you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So.
And yes, Gina, the world is watching, and I'm glad it's watching because just think if we weren't watching what they get away with.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. Yeah.
So we're gonna make sure they don't.
I just saw Ellen here. Hey, down the rabbit hole. Can I say hi to some people? Hey, Coco. Hey, Randy.
Oh yeah, you sure may. Yep.
A social glow. Joe P. Cindy Abbott. Yeah.
A lot of good people in here.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, I've been wanting to say hi to everybody. It's like you get to do it at the beginning of your show, but I never get to do it. It's like, man.
Right. Yeah, you don't do lives, you don't get to do it. That's right.
I know. It's awesome. Hey, Leah. Was it simply solo? That's kind of a cool name. I like that. Yeah, it's kind of
start doing some lives.
I know, Dana Puff and stuff. That's a funny name. I love that. Holly Berry. Look at all of you. Huda. Hey, Huda. Death Magic. She answered something. She just said, or she, I think, just said something about something earlier. What was that? We should do that one time. Just go through the chat and answer questions. Wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah, we could do that.
That would be a good idea. Yeah.
We could.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So what else you got?
Okay. I got one more thing, and then we can answer some questions. Let me see if I got it at the right spot because this one I didn't have planned to show, but it's me showing Mama D's stuff from the other day, cartel land grabs. This is from me. Okay, just here. Oh.
Like it was so frustrating during the process of how they were keeping information so close to the vest and not releasing a lot. I mean, I know you guys were more in the know than the public and the media, but I'm sure even you were like
and you have answers and you can't trust who knew Jack D had DNA, you know.
Right there. Yeah. Right there. Listen to what I say.
Did you hear him?
Wow. Boom. Yeah. Did you hear that?
There's so many booms that
Girl?
they're like, yeah.
Yeah, listen to this.
What did
So
you
what he
tell
says.
Adam? You have Kaylee. Oh, I just told Adam everything. So in this, one of our listeners,
Yeah, let me get it there.
I'm just asking. Let's get into this.
Here we go. Listen to what Steve says, everyone.
Listen to this.
You heard it the other night, but
It's like it was so frustrating during the process of how they were keeping information so close to the vest and not releasing a lot. I mean, I know you guys were more in the know than the public and the media, but I'm sure even you were like that for answers.
You have answers and you can't trust who knew Jack D had DNA, you know.
boom. Jack D had DNA. And you know what he's talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
that
exactly
was way
what
back at the beginning too.
And that right there, that makes me so. Here's my main. This is what got from that presser, that one where whatever his name is, the chief, when he said no, the captain Lanier, when he said out of the blue, he said, and none of them were SO'd, right? The way that was inserted into that presser made me almost want to throw up. I'm just like, oh my God. First of all, they didn't even have an autopsy at that point. They couldn't tell if that was what was going, if that was even, they shouldn't even put that out there, right? Right there.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Yep. Yep. And him saying that, I mean, that kind of slipped by. You know what I'm saying? JD had DNA there.
A lot of stuff slipped by.
So is that the blood? Is that the blood DNA on the railing? That would put that should put JD away if that's what it is.
Yeah. Well,
you know what I'm saying?
Thinking there was, yeah, I think there was other types of DNA as well there, in my opinion.
Yeah, they're saying unidentified. You know.
Yeah.
Well, which ones are identified? What are the ones that are identified, and where were they?
I know, but with even the ones, I mean, they put Brian's and Coda's, and it was unidentified because you didn't have anything up. You know, he hadn't been in trouble before. Same with these guys. Maybe they haven't been in trouble, but how come they pushed his forward and did all this other stuff? How come they're not doing that to the other ones? Because they probably know who the hell they are. They're probably related.
Exactly.
Listen to me. I'm like, oh snap!
We're just finding out now. It slipped his tongue there a long time ago. We're just finding out now that JD has had DNA there. You know, it was one of the identified ones. So where was it? Was it in the bedroom? Was it? You know what I mean?
Yep. Oh yeah, they're protecting people.
Right.
And you got to think, with all the alumni up in there, who do you think they're protecting? Could it be a son? A daughter? I don't know. Seems pretty plausible to me.
Right. Right. So let's answer some questions and talk to the okay, here's what Caroline says something here. Tommy and Bubbly post-woke ties Umbres and y'all's theories as in two cartel men were there and the frats. I believe that what's his name was there? Farley, because they hollered his name.
Yeah. So Embry doesn't think the frats were there at all. From what one of the last videos where he actually basically threatened the people that think that there's people that think there's frats. That was that video he did.
What?
Literally.
I didn't see that.
Oh my God. I've made 2 different videos on it now that I have not uploaded. 2 separate videos because that video he made me sick to my stomach. I just was really, I'm like, are you kidding me? Yeah.
Wow. He was threatening to what?
You should play it. Did you get in trouble if you play it? You should play it. Seriously, you guys should listen to this.
I don't want him slamming me with anything.
Oh well,
you know what I mean.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know why he'd slam anybody. He doesn't like anybody slamming him. But and here's the thing: I've never done that to anybody. I've never, got mad at him. I mean, I might have voiced my opinion, but I never did anything, through the YouTube channel to get them in trouble. Never. But that's not what he says. He says from here on out, anybody that posts anything that says that the frats were involved in this, I'm going to, when this trial ends, and if it shows that they weren't involved, I am going to take all your content. I'm going to basically take your channel down. Basically, is what he's saying. I mean, I was really just going, what are you saying? First of all, he calls it making a statement. I call it threatening.
What the hell is his what is his motive to what is his agenda here?
Good question. Yep.
If he doesn't want anybody looking at the frats, maybe that's why his channel
here's what I think. So you've got Anne. She's in with the good old boys, right? She went there, she went to university there, she graduated from there, she's been with these guys for a long time, right? Okay, so you've got this where she believes where Brian's innocent at this point. Now this might be one of those cases where it's just so embedded, so deep, and maybe it's a mother's intuition type thing. I mean, he could be her son, really, at the age bracket right there, right? And so maybe it's that, but she really believes this, right? So maybe it's got to that point where, okay, I can't let him go down with this because I don't care what these good old boys do. I got to do something. So don't you think that in order for this to happen, she's got to give them something? There's got to be something, a give and take here in return, because those guys aren't just going to do it out of being nice, right? So what I think's happening is that they've got to take that frat boy thing off the table, period. They don't want that on the table. They don't want that in anybody talking about that, because that would, it's going to do what they didn't want to do in the very first place, right? It's going to make the university look, be tainted, right?
Right.
And so I believe this is what I believe. I believe that seriously, that is, whether that's what she has to do to get an innocent guy being brought up on these charges with horrific, then maybe that's what she's got to do, because that's the only thing she can do. I mean, I don't know. That's pure speculation. It's my opinion. It's just something I woke up out of a dream with this actually the other day, and I was just like, oh my God. I was like, oh shit. Yeah. And that's, how do you fight with the whole state? How do you fight with the whole town? Especially being a woman.
Yeah.
How do you do it? Well, you do it because you got to give them something out of it. You got to appease them in one way, shape, or form. That's how you do it.
Moonflower says this threat is new. I wonder if he is working for someone.
Yeah, I was really when I saw that video, I didn't even. I mean, I was like,
wow, I'll have to go look at it. He doesn't come up in my feeds very much anymore.
Yeah, I was just. I mean, I literally was taken aback big time by it. I felt like he was talking to me, because I mean, he even called moron, said the word moron, and I'm just like, oh God, come on.
Well, you didn't you go in and you kind of got down on him, and I seen a comment, if it was you, directed towards him, why he doesn't look at the frats.
Yeah, well, it wasn't getting down. It's just like, why are you only doing this one agenda, which when these other things are very blatant? I mean, they're really pretty obvious, right? And one of his videos, he actually said, these guys are harmless. They don't do blah, 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 blah. And I'm just, oh my God, did he just say that? And when he said that right there, that's when I knew. That's when I knew something was up.
Yeah, for some reason, he wants us on the Aryan Nation and the cartels and shit and all that. No, I don't think it's that. I just don't think it's that.
I think it's a little bit of each. I think it's a little bit of each, because the thing is, for those guys that he's talking about, those guys have to give their supply to somebody else, which they're right by the university. That's where they were. We know basically from what they say, that's what's going on there.
I don't think Zana was Zana or Zana's mom. Zana's mom's been around a long time. She wouldn't snitch on anybody. She knows the rules.
Yeah.
And,
Well, I'm
and
just
a
thinking,
lot of people,
who do you think?
you know how many times I plea bargained? I've been in 7 different counties, man. I plea bargain. Most people do plea bargain. It doesn't mean
Right.
that they snitched.
Well, who does he think
You know?
disperses this stuff throughout the university? Who does he think takes these in their little backpacks while they're at the noise complaint house that the cops just walk by pretending like nothing was going on? I mean, that cops are trained to know that, right? Why didn't they do something about it? Because their hands are in those
Right.
pockets too. That's the only thing right there. And the guys were watching on rooftops what was going on at the house, waiting for their turn for their little baggie out of that backpack or whatever they were going to get. That was blatant. That was so obvious. Even to somebody who didn't even know what was going on, that seemed obvious. Yet
Right.
it's not to someone who's seasoned, like with Embry doing this, like he with all the stuff he knows. How come that's he's denying all that? There's got to be some reason, and the reason being is because look at the guys, the rug dealers. Look what kind of time they get in prison. Nothing. They get a slap on the hand. You being an informant, you
Right.
turn these people in, whatever. Yet they go about doing their whole thing over and over and over again. And that right there is disturbing. Disturbing.
Right.
You know,
Yeah,
while a woman who
we
is
all
shoplifted
have
through yeah. It's
we
give and
all
take.
have
It's give and take. That's what they're doing, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, Elle, right? Oh, I'm a little heated
So
right now.
Social Glow was really upset about it too. See that? I was so upset about
Who
Ombre.
I was too busy.
Social Glow. I got it on screen.
Oh, you do? Okay. Oh.
I was so upset about Ombre's comment from Social Glow.
Yeah, it was really. I was really taken aback, and he kept going on and on. It wasn't just a simple little comment. It was a good, several minutes in his video, and I was like, "Wow, that's just nuts."
Yeah.
And not
Okay,
only
let's see
that,
if
but
we
he
got
basically called himself out. I mean, if he does something like that, he's already made that threat in earlier, so that was that's a premeditated threat.
Right. It is. That's a premeditated threat. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, it is.
Yeah. Thanks, Latina.
Yeah, and everybody has their opinions on it, and
Yeah.
yeah.
I get his passion. I do. I get his passion, and he's done some great work. And quite frankly, I've done a lot of that work myself, but I don't talk about it for reasons.
Yeah,
You just don't talk about certain people. He's quite a ways away, right? He doesn't have to worry about that kind of thing. Plus, I'm sure he's also lots of reasons. But anyway, there's reasons why I haven't put out a lot of things that I haven't put out that I've come across. I mean, when I come across something and I'm sitting there with my mouth open for like 10 minutes going, what the did I just find? And that's it. If it scares the crap out of me then, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and we don't want that. Yes, Shelley. Yeah, I'm not getting down on I'm just surprised. I'm not getting down on Ombre. I'm just shocked of what he did.
Yeah, best to me. That's totally true. My thing is,
we don't need to blast him or anything.
Yeah, we don't need to create a fight. My only thing is that it felt like it was directed directly towards me, right? Because I'm the one that talked about the frats,
right?
And so that was hurtful. That made me feel really super bad. I mean, I don't want to blast anybody, to tell you the truth. I mean, because you guys know me. I try not to do that. I mean, I just don't like doing that. It makes me feel bad. And I don't like to think about it. I don't like the repercussions that come out of some things when you don't even do anything. Like I've said some things that were just mild, like nothing really, not meant anything by them, and I've been blasted for it. So I'm just very cautious about anything I do like that. But sometimes it's a question, like, how come you're not involving these guys, So anyway, that's just, one of them things. I mean, maybe he just had a moment, man. He maybe just heated up at the moment, and I see that he's done it a couple times, so I get that part too. But he does. He says nice things about me. He does. I get that.
I think he's just so
passionate.
That's why. Yeah, he's passionate, but he thinks he's so right, and that. And I'm passionate too. I'm very passionate, but I'll admit when I'm wrong, or I will look into other things. You know what I mean? There's something. There's always been something funny about him. I don't know, and I'm not going to blast him or anything, but I don't always watch him.
I listen to all of his things, and I think that he's very, very. He's on point. He's brought things that nobody's brought, and I commend him for that. I mean,
exactly.
that's awesome.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm not putting him down at all. I'm just wishing he would would
Right.
look at it, be. I
But
wish he wouldn't tell me that
let's
the
say,
frat boys are all
comes.
angels.
Let's say somebody new comes to the community, and what they're told to do is to tell what people want to draw them in, and then you know what I'm saying? You know where I'm going with that?
No. Sorry.
You tell them what people want to hear, and to draw the people in, and then now he gets really what gets to me is he gets really upset.
Yeah.
Like
That's a hard part for me. That's a hard part for me is that.
Yeah. Why would he get upset about it? Why?
Yeah.
That's
me. You know how
get upset because
that affects
aren't
me.
we can't have opinions. Only his opinion counts.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what gets to me on.
It was a part about taking somebody's name, slandering. It's a part about changing someone's name. Like, I'm going to go in there and I'm going to do this if the frats were not mentioned as, and that's what part got me. But then he turns around and says, and if that's the other case, and I'm not, and I'm wrong, I'll play my videos because I'm going to play every.
Look what down the rabbit hole said. Yes, Ombre says that the frats weren't involved. He said if they are involved, he would say for a month he is a moron every night.
Right. Yeah, he did say that.
I look forward to that.
Yeah, after the fact where he said before that, if it's not that case, I'm going to go in and I'll play all of their videos about it and show them just, I mean, it's like, so, I think that could have been an afterthought on his part.
Yeah, I've never heard him talk about me, Moonflower. I guess I've never heard that. I mean, I like the guy and everything. And I like his.
I don't have a problem with him when I hear shit like that.
He's a really hard worker, but he has to realize that even the cartel could have frat boys under their wings.
Oh, are you
that
kidding
I know
me?
for a fact.
Did you not?
I know that for a fact.
No, dude. Well, you said that they can't have frat boys on there. Is that what you said?
Say that again.
Did you say that they can't? That the cartel couldn't have frat boys?
No, they could. They can.
Yeah,
they do.
Did you
put it that way? They do.
Yeah, did you see that video that I posted? That it was the guys that came forward, and they were the cooks, frat boys, the cooks for them. And the way that they got people to test, they would slip them. This could be the ODs too. They're slipping them unbeknownst to people to test their stuff to see because it's never the same, you guys. It's never the same.
Right.
They don't ever know what they're going to get out of it. That's so scary, man.
Right.
It's not like it used to be, huh, Tommy?
No, it isn't. No, it isn't. No.
Yeah.
But I mean, they would get, that's been a big part of like the cartels for a long time as you get into the colleges, and that's where they get frats. That's been going on for fucking decades, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, all of it. I mean, they're involved in all that stuff. I mean, the rugs is a huge one. I mean, I know that for a fact because my guy that I dated way back in the day, he lived in a house called the Shop. That shop was also lived in by about 6 or 7 of the Husky football of the, Washington State Husky football. You're UW, right? And let me tell you, those guys. My birthday, when they all took me out, my boyfriend and all the guys, they wouldn't let any girls come. They carried me on their shoulders all the way. Luckily, I was in good terms with them. Man alive. We had a blast that night. Oh my God. I had rug burns they were like wrestling with me. I had rug burns on my elbows, on my knees. They got my voice. Yeah. We had fun, but I knew all of them personally. But I mean, they did some crazy stuff. I mean, those guys, they played hard and they partied hard. And it's like, and I saw there's some stuff that they're not the little good old boys that he's perceiving they are. They are not angels, like he says, not by far, man.
And Moonflower said he was going to watch some more of your shows. So I hope he doesn't get the wrong idea if he watches this one. not
Well, he watches.
embossing him or anything like that.
Well, he
Because I
watches
mean,
them too.
I like his stuff. Yeah, I do
Yeah.
like his stuff, and he works his ass off on that stuff, man.
Oh yeah.
And
I mean, I'm giving him
you
kudos
know,
all the time. You know,
I
that's the
feel
thing.
the passion because I have that too. You know, I
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
And
that right there, that one just took me back. That one hurt. That one hurt. I mean, it was like, whoa. And I know people are saying, well, he
right.
wasn't talking about you. Well, I'm the one that talks about frats. I'm the one that makes a comment. So one way, shape, or form, that was towards me. Seriously.
No, put it
How
this
could it
way.
not
Put it this way. You inspired him.
Woohoo! Yeah. Yeah. I had to think about that one.
Yeah, you inspired him.
Yeah, it's all. I mean, obviously, we've all inspired each other to look for things. You know, that's what's so great about this, and that's why I feel like, why do we have to put other creators and stuff like that, and do that type of thing? Everybody has their own niche, right? I mean,
Yeah,
do you think he's going to look through all the Linda Lane videos like I did to find that? No, probably not. But go ahead and bring it up and use it and then go from there to find what he found. See, we all help each other that way. And that's the way it should be, because we can't all do it. We can't all do the same it all. We can't do it all. There's so much.
Hombre, Pavarotti, if you're watching this, we all love you, man. So
we do love you, Pop. We do.
Yeah.
Just don't say that stuff again. You scared me. Actually, it scared me is what it did. It made me feel really. It did. It scared me. You know me. I'm like that. I'm a wimp. I'm a freaking wimp.
Yes, she is, Telly.
We are a rare breed, but I'll tell you. Yeah, same. I know she probably felt that too. So
we've been out of for 2.5 hours. Wow.
What? Wow.
Yeah.
And my headache's gone, you guys. Thank you.
That's a good thing, right?
That's a good thing. My headache's gone.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Right. I got to get going.
Awesome.
Yeah, I appreciate you being on here, Bubs, and I always do. And you bring good insight and good laughs and good talk, good chat. I love you, girl.
I love you too. I love everybody. I love all you guys. I really do. I really do love everybody. It's just one of those things, I'm just that kind of a person, and it takes a lot for me to get mad or things like that. And really, I'm not mad at really anybody. I was just a little scared there momentarily.
Right.
Taken aback. But thank you everybody for being here, and thank you for waiting. I mean, I know I was a little late, so appreciate you guys. Yeah. Anyway, all right. Sweet.
All right, girl. You take care, and I love you very much. And
love you too.
Until next time, we'll see you.
All right, rock and roll, baby.
Rock and roll. Yep. Okay. All right. Friday night with Bubbly. Got to love it. Got to love it. Yes, I love having Bubbly on. It's always a good show, and we always talk good. And yeah. She's one of my favorites and always will be. So anyway, it's song time, and I'm going to run just a section of me doing part of my album, just a very little bit of it from 2018, I think it was, and then I'm going to go into some other kick-ass stuff. One is the song that I seen this, not the band. The first one's me, and then the second one is a band I hitchhiked when I was 14. I hitchhiked to Duluth and went and watched this band, Foghat, in Black Oak, Arkansas, and this band kicked them all in the butt. They're really good. And then I'm going to end it with something even more kick-ass. So anyway, here's to my subs, you're my heart, and my mods, you are my soul. And thank you for all your work that you do. And until next time.
you get lonely on your daddy's farm, well, just remember I don't live too far. There's a red bridge in Oxford Bay, yeah. You'll be in my place in less than one day. Look, get on your bad motor scooter and ride. I'm going to my place and stay all night. Oh yeah. The first thing in the morning we'll be feeling alright, 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 alright. Get on your bed, motor scooter and ride. Through the last time I seen your face, I swore that no one would take your place. Now since you've been gone, I've been feeling better, yes. I'd come out to your place, I'm afraid of your dad. Get in your bed, motor scooter ride. I went to my place to stay all night. Oh yeah. First thing in the morning when I feel alright, 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 alright. Get in your bed, motor scooter and ride. Ride, ride, ride. Come on, baby. Crank it up. Oh, yeah. Ride, ride, yeah. Get on your bad motor scooter and ride. Walk to my place to stay all night. Well, first thing in the morning when I feel alright, 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 alright. Get on your bad motor scooter. You gotta ride, ride, ride. Get on your bad motor scooter. Get on your bed, motor, and ride, yeah. Come on, baby.
Yeah, I hear my memory screaming.